Why neighbors say it's making driving more dangerous. Plus, could big growth in one local community give new life to a long-debated project? Why some say the time is right for new transportation in Western New York. And the countdown is on in Orchard Park. We'll show you what's in store at this year's Blue and Red game. Buffalo Nightly News starts now.
Live from 2 on your side. This is Buffalo Nightly News with Maryalice Demler.
Well, new tonight at 7, a neighborhood in Lewiston is banding together to try to put an end to reckless driving on their street. 2 on your side's Andy Payton joins us tonight from Lewiston with the details.
Yeah, Maryalice, as long as Langdon Road has existed here in the town of Lewiston, there's been no guidance on how fast you could go. Well, that all changed about 2 months ago when these guys showed up. New 55-mile-per-hour speed limit signs, and you'd think that would solve the problems, right? Well, those who live along this road say it's inviting it. Now drivers are going at a minimum 55 miles per hour, sometimes well above it, and that's a real concern for those like Arthur Fitzpatrick, who lives in this neighborhood. Take a listen to this.
I'm out here during the day, and I'm yelling at my grandchildren to keep their bikes back beyond a certain point, and they think I'm mad at them. I'm not mad at them. I'm just trying to keep them safe. But they think I'm upset, and I'm not upset with my grandchildren because they want to come out and play on their bikes. I'm upset because somebody's going to be going down this road at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, now that's why almost every house on this strip here has banded together to try to lower that speed limit to 35 miles per hour, getting a petition together and taking that to the town board here. We've reached out to the Department of Transportation for their comment on this, as this is apparently a state highway, but we have not heard back yet. Maryalice, we're going to have much more on this story for you tonight at 11, but for now, on your side here in Lewiston, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
All right, Andy, thanks. Meanwhile, supporters of the NFTA's Metro Rail expansion to Amherst say that the growth of the university and housing in Amherst is one of the main reasons the project should move forward. 2 on your side's Nate Benson continues to look into this story for us tonight from the newsroom. Nate?
Yeah, good evening, Maryalice. New bike lanes. No, I'm sorry. This is so obviously the NFTA project is going to be explored now. Citizens for Regional Transportation cite more than 30,000 students attend UB, plus all the new housing that has developed around the university over the last few decades as a reason why an expanded rail could work. They also support light rail line that would be built from UB South to UB North. They believe that the current UB bus system is not working well for students that use them.
We have been fighting for it since 1965 when we started as an organization. We're very much in favor of it. It's desperately needed. Those Stampede buses just don't work for UB. They can't handle the load that the UB puts on it. Light rail will be able to handle all those student loads.
But not everybody's on board, so to speak. The Stop the Metro movement has concerns about the funding project as more focus is given to bus rapid transit option as well as that's being considered. However, they weren't available for an interview this evening. Once again, the FTA plans to have a public meeting about this project on August 19th at 6 p.m. at Sweet Home Middle School. On your side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Nate. Well, tonight, one of Buffalo's senior lawmakers is speaking out over a high-profile alleged misconduct case involving a top official at the Erie County Sheriff's Office. Niagara District Council member David Rivera says that he's still frustrated that the council did not hear from Buffalo police about the hit-and-run crashes involving Chief DJ Granville, but instead from a 2 on your side investigation back in March. To avoid a potential conflict of interest, the Niagara County DA was named the special prosecutor 4 months ago, but with no update since then. Rivera says public trust is down, and he's calling for the state attorney general to step in.
You know, you're being selective. Anybody else would have, if they refused the breathalyzer test, they probably would have been arrested and probably would have went to jail and been arraigned. In this case, none of that happened. And so the people look at this and say, what's going on?
Well, in his letter to Letitia James, Rivera is asking her to take up this case because of the, quote, length of the investigation, lack of transparency throughout the process, and numerous conflicts of interest, end quote. Well, turning now to the latest in the case involving Faro Strip Club owner Peter Gerace. Lawyers met with a new judge today as he and several others face serious new charges. And that's where we begin tonight's nightly briefing.
I'm Dave McKinley in Rochester, where lawyers met for the first time today with the new judge assigned to the case of Faro strip club owner Peter Gerace, who, along with several other men, is charged with conspiring to kill a witness who was supposed to testify against Gerace at his trial last year for drug and sex trafficking. The government has dropped its objection to holding the trial here. However, the judge has yet to definitively rule on whether it'll be held here or not.
I'm Claudine Ewing in Buffalo. The New York State Parole Board took a vote on Monday. It was unanimous. They are now going to look at various factors before releasing people who offended under the age of 18, including their brain function. Read more about it right now on WGRZ.com.
I'm Ron Plants here in the newsroom, and Lee Zeldin, the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, says that they are trying to rescind a 2009 endangerment finding that dealt with greenhouse gases and the environment. They say there's new scientific data which challenges that. That could affect New York State's policy that only electric vehicles could be sold after the year 2035, because the EPA would have to allow that.
I'm Alexandra Rios-Malvia here in the town of Tonawanda, and you can see right behind me these new bike lanes right across Sheridan Drive. And if you look closely, there is no barrier between the cyclists and the cars, which the cars sometimes are going between 40 to 45 miles an hour. Now, town leaders say that they didn't approve of this design and that it was actually the state DOT who moved forward with this design, regardless of them speaking up once and twice about the concerns, safety concerns that they have here. And now they are asking and encouraging residents to speak up too.
I'm Chelsea Swift. Several Bandits fans are wondering when the players and the league will reach a collective bargaining agreement. However, they remain optimistic that this won't delay the start of the season.
I'm John Scott from Bills training camp here at St. John Fisher University, where the talk continues to be all about Max Hairston's knee injury. Teammates telling me after practice today that the cornerback is in good spirits. Other injury notes: Dawson Knox, Tyrell Shavers returning to practice, while Cole Bishop is out with a quad injury. The team returning home to Orchard Park for Friday night's return of the blue and red scrimmage.
Alrighty, let's check the forecast. Right now, a live look at downtown Buffalo. Clouds are starting to take over a bit after days of sun-filled skies. It's much cooler now, too, so enjoy it while it lasts, because meteorologist Dan Russell on the roof.
Yep.
We know the only constant is change, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, it's still late July, last day of July at that. But yeah, we still got lots of summer, and we will get back to those summery temperatures. Right now, though, skies have been clearing out. We're finishing up the day with sunshine in and around Buffalo. As far as the wet weather that was around earlier, the only thing left is towards Wellsville and northern Pennsylvania. Just a couple of light showers there, but even that activity is clearing on out. And for Buffalo, again, look at all that clear sky there. Sunshine will continue to dry out heading into tonight. It's going to be a lot cooler, and overall, we're looking mainly dry. It's a good thing we had rain today, because we're looking mainly dry through the weekend and even through next week. And yeah, we are back near and into the 80s by the weekend. I'll talk more about this very much dry stretch heading into August with the extended forecast here in just a little bit. Maryalice?
All righty, thank you, Dan. An update tonight on the future of the Walden Galleria. Pyramid Management Group says it is staying in charge just weeks after a judge approved a new property manager. Our partners at Buffalo Business First report that Pyramid has 2 months to make debt payments and lock in new financing. A court-appointed receiver will continue to oversee the mall and will meet weekly with Pyramid, with a new team on standby if the deal falls through. Today, the Erie County Department of Senior Services announced that it will now go by a new name, the Department for the Aging. Commissioner Randy Hoke says the new name better reflects the department's mission and emphasizes that someone who's 60 obviously has different needs than someone who's 80 or even 100. He adds that the change will help every senior citizen live their best life.
Folks that are 60 and over can look forward to a much longer time than previous generations. And the main takeaway is that this is not a drain on society. This is an opportunity the power of older adults when it comes to personal wealth, when it comes to volunteer capacity, and when it comes to sharing the wisdom of previous generations is something to be celebrated.
Well, the announcement was made during today's annual senior picnic. Well, straight ahead on Buffalo Nightly News, football is back in Orchard Park, and so is Bills Mafia. We've got the details on tomorrow's blue and red scrimmage and how local businesses are getting ready for the rush. Plus, a celebration of culture, community, and flavor is back this weekend. We'll take you there just ahead.
Channel 2 News Daybreak keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Thanks for starting your morning with us here on Daybreak.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
A serious fire breaking out at the Old King.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
As you can see, the rain is heading our way.
Start with the team you trust. Channel 2 News Daybreak.
We are celebrating Western New York.
On Channel 2 News Daybreak, weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. Live or on demand, right here on WGRZ+.
2 on Your Side brings you Live at 5.
And we begin Live at 5 with
a power hour of news from your trusted anchor team with over 90 years of combined experience.
Buffalo is predicted to be
committed to fair and accurate reporting.
Just hours before
bringing you the latest breaking news.
A home went up in flames.
And a weather team keeping you safe with Weather Impact Alert Days.
We're tracking some of that area-wide snow.
Arriving later Saturday.
We're on your side with Live at 5.
Only on 2.
On air and streaming on WGRZ+.
Fire crews, they battled a large house fire.
Fire crews spent hours fighting this fire.
A tornado that touched down here.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on WGRZ+. Channel 2 News first at 4, keeping you informed.
Calling for better security after some recent incidents.
There would be increased police patrols in the Allentown and Chippewa districts.
Holding the powerful accountable.
What is taking so long with this?
Earning your trust with the most accurate information.
It's going to slowly drift here to the east.
Keeping you ahead of severe weather.
Meteorologist Dan Russell is out in the elements right now.
The information you need from the team you trust. Watch Channel 2 News first at 4. From early morning to late night, 2 on Your Side is your #1 rated source for local news. So we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for trusting us for breaking news, important information, tough questions, and accurate weather forecasts. Thank you for turning to us for stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate. It's an honor and a privilege to serve our community. So thank you for being on our side. You can be sure that we will always be on your side. The WGRZ+ TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Buffalo police responding.
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Strong to severe storm.
Extended continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
A very active scene here in Allentown.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting.
That give voice to those that haven't been heard.
All the news you need, live or on demand. WGRZ+. Complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with 2 on Your Side and WGRZ+. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on WGRZ+.
We are back now on Buffalo Nightly News, and football is officially back in Orchard Park tomorrow. Bills Mafia will fill the stands at Highmark Stadium for the blue and red scrimmage kickoff. It's the unofficial start of a busy season, not just for fans, but for local businesses as well. 2 on Your Side's Alyssa Clausell is at Highmark Stadium with what we can expect. Alyssa?
Maryalice, from local restaurants to the sheriff's office, everyone is getting ready for the blue and red scrimmage happening tomorrow, which some may say is the unofficial start to football season here in Orchard Park.
We're definitely ready for Bills season. We've been ready all year.
It's the moment Bills Mafia has waited for all year.
I'm pretty excited. I already got my Bills gear picked out to wear, my little earrings.
The blue and red practice is making its way back to Highmark Stadium, marking an unofficial start to football season in Orchard Park. And that's good news for local businesses.
We definitely have to double our beer and liquor orders, and we always want to make sure that the fans have enough food, someplace that they can come eat. We're not running out of things.
Operations manager Bernadette Singer at Prohibition 2020 says the blue and red is the perfect way to ease into their busiest season.
So next week we have the first preseason game, so it'll just be like tomorrow will be a little lighter, and then the preseason game will be heavier, and then we're going right into the home opener, which will be insane.
And just across the street at O'Neill's.
So it's like all hands on deck, long days, we got security, we get a DJ. This area is kind of like the party room, but then we keep our dining room open for people who want to sit in and eat.
But it's not just the bars getting ready. Here's what the Erie County Sheriff's Office wants you to know about game day traffic info. Abbott Road in front of the stadium closes in both directions starting at 2 p.m. And around after practice, Route 20A from Fieldhouse Drive to Route 219 will be 2 lanes going east, while 20A from Abbott to Southwestern will be 2 lanes going west. But no matter where you are this weekend, there's one thing you're guaranteed to hear.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. And Maryalice, as these fans start piling into Highmark Stadium tomorrow, some may feel a little bit of nostalgia as they prepare to say goodbye to this Highmark Stadium and walk into the new one next season. On your side in Orchard Park, Alyssa Clausel, Channel 2 News.
Got that right, Alyssa. Thank you. And in arts news, there's something new to check out at the Buffalo AKG Art Museum starting tomorrow. A new exhibit called Northern Lights opens to the public, and it features more than 70 landscape paintings by artists from Scandinavia and Canada. The works date back to the late 1800s through the 1930s, and it's all part of the museum's ongoing focus on Nordic art and culture.
These works that you see here, they are some of the most beautiful and iconic landscape paintings made in the Northern Hemisphere that you will ever encounter. They are groundbreaking in their time. They are incredibly important for the nations from which they yield. They are loved by the people who have parted with them to share them with us here in Buffalo.
The exhibit will be open through mid-January on the 3rd floor of the Jeffrey E. Gundlach Building. And tonight in Depew, an old bar has been turned into a pinball paradise. It's now home to Nickel City Pinball Club with more than 40 machines inside, from vintage classics to brand new titles. The club hosts tournaments, casual nights, and events for members. But this Saturday, it's open to everyone.
It's a great place. If you're a collector, it's great, but if you just want to get into it, you're going to meet some great people and learn how to play pinball, maybe even get a pinball machine for your house, right? But just a great way to get plugged into this great hobby.
And if you're interested in checking it out, they're hosting an open house on Saturday. It is all you can play from noon until 10 p.m. for just $20. And if you're really into pinball, you know what a bargain that is. And some great nostalgia there. Again, we've got another weekend with so many great events going on. I know Dan is kind of focused on the Eden Corn Festival. Have you been practicing your shucking? Yeah.
There it is.
Obviously,
there it is.
Working on the technique.
I'm going for 1 every 4 seconds.
Ooh.
1 every 4 seconds.
That's
so hammer,
good.
if that's what you're going with, that's what we got to have. 4 seconds.
I knew there was going to be a throwdown in there, a challenge. That's right. You against Patrick Hammer. For those of you headed out, what time does this start?
3:30
in
Saturday
the
afternoon. Yep, 3:30 Saturday afternoon. There's going to be quite a bit of people there. There's other media that's going to be there.
Yeah.
We got Dan Dunleavy that's going to be doing play-by-play. So that's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. But most importantly, the forecast for that
The
time.
weather, absolutely fantastic. Even this evening, boy, skies have really been clearing out. It's on the cool side this evening. It's very refreshing, so just be prepared for that. But we are finishing up, as promised, with some sunshine. Of course, we did see some much-needed beneficial rain earlier today. It did bring our monthly amount up to a whopping 0.77 of an inch. That's it for rain for the entire month. And this does now make it the 4th driest July in recorded history here in Buffalo. And that's more than 140 years of record keeping. So yeah, it has been a dry one to say the least. And overall, again, even more reason why today's rain was beneficial. we don't see any big changes to this pattern. I don't know if August is ultimately going to be a top 5 dry month all the time, but the first couple of weeks, not much chances for any kind of wet weather as we look at the next 7 days. Again, by the middle of next week, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe an isolated shower chance, but certainly nothing widespread expected, not only over the next week, but potentially to about the middle of the month. Again, this dry pattern is pretty much now locked in. So tonight we'll continue to clear out. Temperatures will continue to cool off. Look where we end up. Tomorrow morning, we're down in the 50s. First time in the 50s since early last week. So you'll notice that cool start as you head out early tomorrow, but overall it's a sun-filled day, just a few fair weather clouds. Temperatures remaining a little on the cool side. We'll still get into the 70s, but these numbers about 5 or so degrees below average. Very refreshing as we get into your Friday night. It's getting another comfortably cool, if not chilly night. In fact, if you're heading out early Saturday, say you have that early morning tea time, look at some of the numbers. This is 7 a.m. on Saturday, around mid to upper 50s from Buffalo to Niagara Falls, Lockport, Batavia. But you get into the southern tier, 48 to kick off the day there in Olean. Yeah, some 40s, 50 in Jamestown. So a little chill in the air to kick off Saturday. By Saturday afternoon, though, where they welt the sunshine, we will get temperatures back up to around 80, and we're likely into the low, if not mid 80s, but still very much low humidity levels here on Sunday. So yeah, it is setting up to be a gorgeous weekend. Top 5 weather for both days. Tonight, we'll continue to see skies clear on out. Of course, much cooler as we dip down into the 50s. And then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine. Overall, it's a pleasant day. Just a touch on the cool side, but I think most of us will take that with temperatures in the mid 70s. Of course, here is that big forecast for the return of the blue and red. Again, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, temperatures around 74 at the start of practice. Towards the end of practice, though, temperatures will be quickly falling to the 60s. So you might want a hoodie or a light jacket towards the end of practice. And as mentioned, heading into the weekend, temperatures will warm back up. Saturday, we're back up near 80, low to mid 80s on Sunday, and we'll hang on to those 80s and that sunshine pretty much throughout all of next week. Maryalice?
That looks beautiful. Thank you, Dan. And still to come on Buffalo Nightly News, we're heading to a neighborhood where the sights, sounds, and spirit of Ireland are taking over for the weekend. Why this year's celebration has a whole new feel.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with 2 on your side and WGRZ Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on WGRZ Plus. From early morning to late night, 2 on your side is your #1 rated source for local news. So we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for trusting us for breaking news, important information, tough questions, and accurate weather forecasts. Thank you for turning to us for stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate. It's an honor and a privilege to serve our community. So thank you for being on our side. You can be sure that we will always be on your side. The WGRZ Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
Buffalo police responding.
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Strong to severe storm.
Extended continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
A very active scene here in Allen.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting.
That give voice to those that haven't been heard.
All the news you need, live or on demand. WGRZ Plus. Complete coverage of your local news, weather, and more. Channel 2 News first at 4, keeping you informed.
Calling for better security after some recent incidents.
There would be increased police patrols in the Allentown and Chippewa districts.
Holding the powerful accountable.
What is taking so long with this?
Earning your trust with the most accurate information.
It's going to slowly drift here to the east.
Keeping you ahead of severe weather.
Meteorologist Dan Russell is out in the elements right now.
The information you need from the team you trust. Watch Channel 2 News first at 4. Channel 2 News Daybreak keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Thanks for starting your morning with us here on Daybreak.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
A serious fire breaking out at the Old King.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
As you can see, the rain is heading our way. And
start with the team you trust. Channel 2 News Daybreak.
We are celebrating Western New York.
On Channel 2 News Daybreak, weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. Live or on demand, right here on WGRZ Plus.
Two on Your Side brings you Live at 5.
And we begin Live at 5 with
A power hour of news from your trusted anchor team with over 90 years of combined experience.
Buffalo is predicted to be
Committed to fair and accurate reporting.
Just hours before
Bringing you the latest breaking news.
a home went up in flames.
And a weather team keeping you safe with weather impact alert days.
We're tracking some of that area-wide snow.
Arriving later Saturday.
We're on your side with Live at 5.
Only on 2.
On air and streaming on WGRZ+.
fire crews, they battled a large house fire.
Fire crews spent hours fighting this fire.
A tornado that touched down here.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on WGRZ+.
Well, we're back now on Buffalo Nightly News, and this weekend, a community favorite is making a comeback after a few years away. The Lebanese Festival returns tomorrow to St. John Marin Church in Williamsville. You can expect 3 days of homemade Lebanese food, live music, traditional dabka dancing, and fun for the whole family.
Very family-friendly, bounce houses, activities, games, traditional festival. So it'll be a lot of fun, family and friends early, and then we'll have some fun at night.
I love the music, and I love dancing, and I love our traditional debki line dancing. It's probably the most exciting part of the festival for me.
And that'll be happening the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
Most importantly, Friday and Saturday nights, we have something called a Hefli, which is like a big party.
Great.
So we're excited to have that with everyone. Very excited to welcome everyone back from our community to our church. And it'll be nice to bring it back for the first time since COVID.
Yes, the long-awaited. The event kicks off tomorrow and it runs through Sunday. Admission is free and everyone is invited. And speaking of festivals, we're taking you to the heart of the old First Ward. The Buffalo Irish Festival is also back this weekend with a new location. They're now at Riverfest Park. This year's celebration is 2 days of live music, Irish dancing, and cultural exhibits with food and drink, of course, straight from the Emerald Isle.
The money raised goes back to two places. So it goes back into the festival itself so we can continue to promote Irish culture and preserve that, and also support the Buffalo Irish Center, which is the cultural home of the Irish in Western New York.
And what's the latest with the center?
The center's doing really well. We're embarking on an ambitious renovation plan starting next year, so we're kind of getting geared up for that and really excited.
Well, the festival runs Saturday from noon to 10 and Sunday from noon until 7, and you can buy tickets at the gate. Oh, that little girl must not be so pleased with the sound. Anyway, you can watch the full interview with Tim on Most Buffalo. You can stream it live